All right. It's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means? Programming time. That's me. Update some information. All right. And gonna open up dashboards in Firefox. Speaking of Firefox, let's pull one out for the guys and gals at Mozilla. Okay. Alrighty. I like to open the activity feed on Twitch just in case, something happens. All right. Let's just dive straight in, I guess. So last time when we left this app, I actually don't know. I don't know what I did offline and online. So, well, just built the app, and I have a few things in mind that I want to do. We'll see how much we get done before I get too tired. I had a really long day. And one thing I want to do is open up SF symbol beta and search for chevron. Okay, I want to get this chevron out. Export. I have a suspicion this chevron is somewhere available within AppKit, but I couldn't figure it out. So I'm just gonna take it from here. There's a good chance I never needed to be exported like this at all. Because it's definitely in SwiftUI 2.0. But I'm not sure. I still haven't decided on whether I want to not support. I want to support Big Sur only. So for now, let's just take the medium only. I guess we'll just take this, make exportable, and then we'll get a 1x PDF out. Does this work? Maybe. We'll see. Let's name it chevron.down. Is that the name? Okay. No, I don't need this anymore, so let me just close it. And we'll open our assets and put it in the symbol folder. The reason I want this is, hold on. This build failed. Interesting. I feel like I fixed this. Aha, so there's some local changes here. Okay. All right, so I have the symbol there. And let me build the app again. Okay. So the reason I was playing with this chevron is that I want to replace this character with it. So that's number one. Number two, I'm starting to think that this thing should belong here, cause like I saw something in the Hig today that is like exactly like this. Let's like put your action on a list on the bottom with a plus and minus and a gear. Okay, so that's one thing. And also the gear should have a downward arrow just like this. Anyways, let's do it one thing at a time. And that might be all the things that we do today. Add downward chevron symbol. Okay. Let me make sure it has the right setting. Yeah, we want single scale and render as template. Just like the rest of the symbols. Okay. And then nice. Okay. Then let's open blah, blah, blah. Where would it be? It would be something panel. Yeah. Yeah, this guy. So this button has 2 spacers and a character. Now instead I'm going to say image named image name or just image, right? Chevron down. Okay, let's take a gander. Great. That looks like the right chevron asset. It's just a little big. So do we have a size here? You do the thing where you say it has oh, I need to fix my indentation here, because different project has different indentations. Hey Max. All right, so what is the combo, the magic combo? I never remember this. It's like there's 2 modifiers you use in tandem to make it keep its aspect ratio while has a controllable size. It's like it's not fixed size. It's resizable. Resizable is definitely one of them. Forgot what the other one is. But I guess I can just cheat and look up other places. Resizable and scale to fit. That's it. Okay. Resizable and scale to fit. Scale to fit. And then I give it a doesn't matter at this point, but let's just give it a height, I guess. I suspect this is gonna make it too big still, but SF mono. Criticism. Yeah, SF mono is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, interesting. Interesting. It's not what I thought it would be. Maybe 30. Okay, how do I do this? This look like, yeah, the weight is wrong, right? And in addition to the size. So let's get the size right, and then we'll think about the width, the weight. Wait, this is not changing it. Why? Hello? Wait, it is changing it, right? I feel like for some reason with the border, it looks smaller. Without the border, it looks big AF. Ah, maybe I should constrain its width. Because it is like a squashed rectangle, right? So let's give it 15 to begin with. See how that looks. 15 is obviously too big. Okay, this is better. The weight doesn't even look that bad. I guess I'll give this stack a little spacing to make it look reasonable. I don't know, 3. Also, probably should be using previews. Yeah, you know, this looks better. Where would be okay, let's see. Mac human interface design guidelines. Was it called a drop down menu? No, it's called, I don't know, reveal button. Disclosure control, maybe. Well, that's a single chevron, so that in that case is okay. But I'm looking for push button. No, not push button. Bevel button, bound button. Check disclosure control. That's what I was looking at. Pull down button. Yeah, see? This is actually... Wait, there must be an example of this, right? Okay, it's not next to the plus sign. This chevron, it looks different than this one, for sure. Okay, let me just make it a even littler. I don't know, just give it a 5. Ah, actually this looks not bad. I don't know, for some reason this looks a little better. Maybe it's because the weight actually finally matched the plus sign. I even make it a little bigger. Yeah. I think the key is to make the weight matches. Now I also need to give it a foreground color like this. Now it'll look even better. I'm thinking these buttons now maybe too wide. I don't know. Let's do 35, 35, 34 is fine. 34 by, no, it should be a little wider. Maybe like 36. I have no idea. I'm just winging it. Okay. I mean, it's okay. But the chevron definitely look better. Holy shit, that's so much better. Replace, can I type that character here? With asset. I don't know. That makes enough sense to me. Okay, so the next thing is I kind of want to change this. Either move it here as a third button or turn it into a bordered button, rounded button, like a one of these. No, not one of these. It's probably disclosure. No. Nope. Yeah, disclosure is like this. No, that's not what I was thinking of. Gradient button. Yeah, gradient button is more like what I'm doing here. Okay, I think the most immediate problem I have is this little gap. So I want to fix that. Where would that be? That would be in profile list view. No? The spacing is 0. So it must be something here. Is there extra padding somewhere? Must be padding on the other view. This guy. Padding? Let's go. No, I'm gonna start using previews. This is getting really hard. So this is the overall view. It has a preview. I'm gonna pin it here. Now I can go back to edit the subcomponent. It's building, it's thinking. I'm gonna put on some music for myself. Okay. Sorry, I find noise cancelling very weird. Very weird when I'm talking. And it kind of muffles your own voice. It's very strange. Okay. All right, so we've learned that it's not this part. Let's go to the actual code. Maybe I can just do this, right? Oh, there's a spacer. Maybe it's a spacer? Why is there a spacer? Yeah, it's a spacer. I don't know why. Well, that's much simpler than I thought. I don't know why there would be a spacer. Yeah, I was probably pursuing some weird other layout that didn't pan out, but I forgot to delete the spacer. Okay. Tweak profile list layout. No spacer. Okay. All right, so this gear, move it here or turn it into I think it's called round buttons. No, not this, not this. Ooh, this is interesting because I mean it's an iOS-ism, right? Scope button, radio, push, pull down, pull up, image button, gradient button, disclosure, checkbox. Where is the guideline for the list? Selector, color wall, segmented control. No. Indicator. It's just interesting reading the Mac HIG because I rarely do. Menus, buttons. I'm sure there's a guideline item that says like, oh, have a list and then have some action button on the bottom for the list. I just don't know the title. Hold on, pull up, help button. Uh-huh. Right. Another thing is like I kind of want a box like that. Maybe I think I'll make this look slightly better. NS box. Yeah. Let's see. NS box SwiftUI. I know I can just add a border and maybe some padding. It should look okay, right? Yeah, this part. Yikes. And padding. Probably padding and then border, right? Nope, the other way around. Okay. Now it needs to have the right color. Spacing 0. What would be the color of an NS box? Control background color, window background color, or underpage color. But it's not the same as default. There's no system color name for it. Gray color a bit darker, so you may want to match the default. What should we do? Background color and NS color named NS color. Let's try one of these. Underpage background color. Let's give it a shot. Hello? What's the error? Wait, something's really wrong here. What the heck? Isn't this how you do it? As color named and as color named. I'm confused. So it's not, you don't use NS color named. Okay. So it's just NS color dot something something color. Like that. Okay, so under page color is this color. The border is a little distracting, so let's get rid of it. I mean, this doesn't look like this. No, does not look like this. Yeah, I want these colors. I want this and this. Window background color doesn't seem like the correct one either. Oh, but it's closer. How about control background color? Oh, no, that's darker. But this does look like this, maybe? No, this looks a little more blue. But I think I noticed this one though. It's like NS color, frame color, window frame color maybe. Nope. Not at all. Well, this answer is saying there's no color readily available. So what does that mean? Maybe I'll just use under page for now. Padding, top, bottom, trailing. Does this look better? Maybe. I'm not on board totally. Okay, let's take a screenshot and then stash the change and compare. Okay, so there's the screenshot. This is before and after. Okay, so before and after. I mean, I do like the fact that the padding works a little different here. I kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like it. Also, I'm wondering, like, can I pull this part out to the outside? Like, would that look better? Yeah, unclear. Unclear. Okay. And we'll keep it. Okay. I can close this now. All right, all right, all right. Decisions, decisions. I keep trying to click. It looks too real. Okay. I feel like the name here is fine. The button, though. Maybe I can do both, like a button here and a button here, and they all do the same thing. It's a little bit of overkill, right? Yeah, these actions belong here, to be clear, to be honest. But it has like some architecture implications, because like in order to move this button here, I did a whole bunch of refactor, which is still nice to have, but it will, for example, this component performs a set of action, and if it's here, then it no longer needs to perform those set of actions. So that's very interesting. Let's say I want to add it there, right? I just want to like have a third button that looks like this, I guess. Basically the same thing, but add a divider here. Divider is spelled like this, but this time I'm gonna use the settings button, which I have no idea what it is. But it won't have. Well, let's give it the same menu. This would be something like the format preference view. Yeah, now I have this third button, which is not correct, but that's not cause for concern. Action template. Okay, this is earlier when I was confused by the color, is because this I was thinking of this image calling pattern. Okay, so here the image, not here, but here. Oh, it is here. The image is this. Okay, and then the divider. Wait, this is all messed up. Okay, I'm gonna use Xcode beta. All right, format my code, please. Thank you. And there's double divider over there. So divider should be at the end. Okay, let's give Xcode some time to catch up. Today's gonna be a very short stream. Yeah, I'm trying to have a stream schedule. It's not posted anywhere, but I'm trying to accomplish it first before announcing it officially. But you know, if someone is watching my stream, I've already talked about it multiple times. Okay. Okay. So it seems like this guy is a little too big. Let's make it small. Maybe something like this. Ouch. Why does it look like that? Oh, because of max width, isn't it? Well, this is awkward. Maybe yours takes too long. What? Yeah, it's a little too fat. I mean, it should be a square, right? Okay, now it's gonna be left aligned. Now I can add back the spacers. This will flush it to the right. And then we correct that. Okay, so that's how it looks like. I suppose it's fine. Make the gear slightly smaller. Wait, do I need the resize thingy? Scale to fit. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it turns out 18 is too big. Mm. 12 is too small. 13. Guess it's fine. Spacing here, let's fix it. Okay, so this looks okay. Yeah, I would like each button to be a little bit less wide. Oh, even just a little. Nah. Okay. All right. So that's that. Then what? Let's take a look. Take a look. Show me. Okay. So that's how it looks. It's fine, right? It's fine. Okay. So now now I basically show this menu from here. Okay, so if you just have, let's say for some reason you have one mouse button, you can still trigger it. Okay. All right. So that means I need to change the content here. Format view. Right, it's this guy. Profile menu view, which means the action needs to have a management enum and a management substate. Does it have it? Probably not. but that's easy to fix. Var management. Var. I must misspelled something. No? Yeah, why don't I have this? Ah, it was a let. That's why. Okay. So I need to give the list state the management thingy. Var management profile action management action. No, management state, menu state, and then let's just make an initializer. Okay, good. So we need these 3 pieces of information. Profile index is the selected profile index. Profile is inactive means self dot selected profile is list dot active. Profile is deletable means list dot profiles greater than 0. But I do feel like these things have been written. These exact code have been written in the app store, app state. Yeah. That's awkward. That's really awkward. Well, it tells me I don't need this, right? This just can be just a var like so, stored var. Let's put it up here. I will just let compiler tell us what to do. Yep, compiler tells us you're missing that. So let's add it. And this will be self.selected profile preference state. Ah, no. Okay, so it's more like self.selected profile management. Profile manage state. And that would be this. And this now can just be this. And here we reuse this. Okay. Now this guy has a management, right? Should be okay. And profile list action. Oh, profile list action. Does it already have a profile management? Yes, it does. Oh, okay. So this just now works. Amazing. Right? I can duplicate this guy. I can delete this guy, rename this guy, delete the X. I can delete it. Yep. I can, if I choose this, I can even activate. If I choose this, I cannot activate. If I delete this guy, I can no longer delete this guy. Okay. Yeah. So what's pretty interesting is there's duplicate here and here. I think I'll take it off from here. But there's also delete. Is that really good? Okay, so I can get rid of this. So it's pretty funny now because there's 3 ways you can get the same thing. You can right click and get this menu. You can click here, get the menu. Click here, get the menu. They're all the same thing. So what I'm thinking is this is now redundant, right? So I'm gonna get rid of it. So that's in format profile view. Basically the idea is like you want to manage. I'm conflicted. On one hand, things like rename kind of makes sense to be here because it's a text field and you want to update the text field. All right. On the other hand, the rest doesn't make sense because they're here and here. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards not having this at all, to be honest. So let's just get rid of it and the surrounding stack. Just do this. I think the spacer no longer makes sense. Well, we'll keep the spacer. Okay. Now what? Now I think now this action can be simplified. Okay, because I don't think I need this anymore. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Okay, yeah. Which also means I don't need this abstraction anymore. I can just do this. Right, I can do. Yeah, but this was really nice though. I was really proud having written it. But it's no longer necessary. It can just be a computed thing where I say this equals that. Can delete this brace. We can even start a new line, and then here we can just simply say the path is this guy. And here is just this. Okay, the indentation is off, but that's easy to fix. Okay, I kind of like this because, you know, in case I need to reuse this reducer, I still have the option to not pull it back, or pull it back with a different stuff. Hey, Gilad. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah. I think I'm having an okay evening of programming. I'm very tired, so I'm thinking of calling it super early. Yeah, I did some like little tweaks today. Nothing super hardcore. Hope you had a good walk. Okay. All right, I think this is okay. I think having this here, you know, it's a more familiar paradigm on macOS. That's okay. Let me make the gear. I mean, hold on. Let me finish the task at hand. Okay, here is format action. Get delete. Yeah, I think the composable architecture, I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to use like pullback and case pass composition and things like that. Getting into advanced territory. Yeah, I think one thing I really look forward to do is tests. Because so far I have only very limited amount of unit tests for simple functions, but yeah, the architecture obviously gave you a way to test against stores and actions. So where's this gear? This gear is here. Yeah. So let's make it slightly smaller. Oh, wait. Does that look better? I think it looks a little better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. But let me add one thing at a time. Okay, so there's also format preference state. I don't think I need this anymore, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, this still works. Okay, so what's funny is this state now is just a profile. So I could just simply use the profile, but I'm gonna keep the struct so that you know, what's the harm, right? And the benefit is like maybe in the future I want to enhance it. Now it's just there's a natural place to do that. Okay, so move gear button from preference view to bottom panel. Okay. And it's been 1 hour. Is there something quick that I want to do? Something else? Let's call this import path in preference truncate. Oh, okay, this is a debug problem. Not good for streaming. There's no explanation for each option. No way to export a profile. No way to resynchronize TOML. No UI to synchronize to indicate what the path is. Yeah, this is actually similar to this. Okay. All right. So the concept of resynchronization is pretty interesting. Because you import these profiles from a TOML file, right? You know, it's a feature, right? Sometimes you want them to be separate. That's the concept. But sometimes you do want to synchronize, and you can go import it again, but why not just update it here? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these limits. Yeah, this looks fine. So maybe I'll call the action like a re-import. Let's try it. Let's try it. Because we have a pretty good setup for adding new things into the menu now. We can add it once. Ooh, should I do this? No. Remove this with limit for profile name and base. Okay. All right, so we have a little component dedicated for that menu here. And we have these actions, right? We have activate, duplicate, rename, delete. Let's just add a new action. Re-import. Okay. It will give the, yeah. And then we'll add a new piece of state as well. It's called is imported or was imported. Okay, and then we can say if view store was imported, then we have a new button that says re-import. Okay, something won't build because we need to handle re-import here. But there's already what's interesting is we already have an action that does drag and drop, right? In drag and drop, you have a action that says import profile from URL. So maybe all I need to do here is yeah, this is interesting. So I can do a couple of things. But I think the easiest thing to do, right, is skip here, okay, and then handle the same thing over here. So that would be wait, what is the app action? It's gonna be. I'm slightly confused because yes, I'm combining this reducer, right? But the action, there should be an action that should still corresponds to profile management, no? Maybe not. Oh, it is. It is. It's here. It's here. Okay, so I need to move this to the bottom. Okay, yes, most of the time I'm just going to ignore it. But in this one case where profile list sends me a profile management action and the action being re-import with the index, okay, I'm going to do the same thing as Oh, no. Okay, fair. It's not gonna be exactly the same, but it's gonna be similar, okay? So for this case, we will get the list profiles index base. So we'll get the base. Wait, no? Has to have a base, right? Okay, and then we'll map it to a url.init file URL with path. Okay, so this gives me an URL. What is it talking about? This is a profile, right? On use sub, okay. Yeah, it's a profile and profile. Stop. Profile has a base, which is string, right? Give me the string, please. Now it's an optional string, okay. Oh, I see. Map this to URL. Init. I was before I had a question mark. Okay. So now this is the URL, and it's an optional URL, but that's not a big deal. I can just take let me think. So here is where like assertion helps a lot. Right? Assert is not nil. Attempt to import, re-import something that doesn't have a base URL. Okay. Now we can do fire and forget. Return. Oh, so it's not return. It's really a effect dot future. $0 success, and then we do import profile from a URL. Okay. So we take the URL from the index. We take the URL from the index, assert that it exists, and then we return an effect which immediately complete. And the effect will give us a new action for this reducer, which is landed here, which will trigger the import URL thing again. All right, so this should work. Oh, right. So how do we know whether something was imported? It is imported because the list.profiles at the index has a base that's not nil. Same thing here. Okay. What is this indentation? Ah, it's not an indentation at all. Okay. Oh no. Looks like some sort of recursion, right? All right. Let's do something else then. We have list, we have profiles, we have selected the profile index. Now I can say the base is not nil. Why was that I think I was referencing this? I don't know. Okay, so this profile was imported because of this, I don't know, this little icon here. Yeah, so when I select it or right click it, now I have a new menu item. It's not spelled correctly, but if I click it, it will do the right thing. It now complains that this file does not contain a valid profile, which is curious because it definitely does. Okay, couple of things to fix, I guess. Let me just spell this a little better. Okay. And then let's go to app reducer and look at why this was a failure. So actually, there are a couple of things here that needs to be fixed. Import profile from URL. It should also have a string value that defaults to nil. Okay, so everything should be okay with this, except here, let's get the name as well. And now the previous name is going to be a fallback value, and everything should go back to normal. Well, except Here, I'm also gonna use the name of the URL. So let's create a new variable, profile, and that's gonna be this part. And this is gonna be the profile. And here I can say profile dot name. Okay. So that's number one. Now, because this is fixtures, so when I re-import it, it will fill in this name as fixtures. If I rename it to something else, it will do the same thing. Okay, that's number one. Number two, why is it not working? Huh? Import profile from URL. Isn't that the same as just dragging something? Hold on. There. I thought these two actions are equivalent. Okay, but why would this work and the other one does not? Right? So let's just print out the URL. I feel like it's something with the URL maybe. File URL with path. Was it not file with path? String? Create URL that references local file directory and path. Yeah, this looks right. Well, anyways, let's give it a try. Here, let's do re-import first. Okay, so re-import did this one twice though. Why twice? Oh. Yeah, both action got triggered. Okay. And it failed. Okay. File, user, data. Stretching in front of the computer. That's great. You seem very active. I wish I can do it. I watch a lot of streams sometimes, and I just sit and watch. That was really bad. Okay, so this is when I do re-import. Okay, let's compare that with this. It looks very similar. It looks identical, actually. But one fails and the other one succeeds. Wait. It doesn't fail. What? Oh, no. What is this? It doesn't fail anymore. But it's also not using the right name. Oh. That's not good. So it did succeed, I think, but it also overrode the profile name. Okay, so profile creation state. Let's go to profile creation state. Profile name specified in the TOML. The profile name is inferred. It's not super straightforward, but the profile name is inferred by the path name. So it's this name, the containing directory. So the idea being most projects will have a configuration file at the root level. So, and the folder usually is the name of the project. Yeah, so it's, I think this is a good logistics, the good heuristic, right? So the project, and then you have your TOML file for configuration. When you import it, your profile name automatically become your project name magically. Oh, it doesn't work out sometimes. Yeah, but most of the time it should work out. So when I import this thing, I guess it's in profile creation reducer. At some point, I probably import URL. Yeah, this is the logic that gets the infers the name. Import URL success, import profile. Yeah. So let's see, I get the URL. Maybe I should take the name here as well. Right? And then the name will be name. Okay. So import URL, let name, and then name. Oh, I'll just do it this way. Is this right? Well, let me now make it a non-optional to begin with and see how it's used. Right. So the name here, let's make it optional. Okay, so since it's optional, the action, I can also make it optional and with the default value. And then somewhere here, wait, so this is the imported profile. Okay, so if view store mode is create we'll say created. Otherwise, imported. Let's quote this whole thing. Well, like that, I guess. Profile. Okay, so that's one error. There's another one. Right, so when we display this thing, no? Okay, so first of all, I don't need to say state. There's an imported profile name. Oh, it's here. This one is optional. This guy can say profile name or unnamed. Okay, the reason this needs to be done is when you do profile creation reducer, we will use a provided name if it's already exists. So therefore, I'll never override the existing name, right? So when I do re-import, I gave you a name called feature X. Yeah, now it's never overridden. Although we're seeing the failure again. Does this get executed at all? Yes. Okay. So let's get in here, here, here. So somewhere in here, things didn't work out, huh? Hello? Please. Show me the thing. Ah. What the heck is this? Well, this is not beta 4, I don't think. Yeah, it's beta 3. Oh, so there was a known bug? Yeah, I only use beta on stream, so it's like I'm not that up to date with things, which is kind of sad. All right, let's try this again. Re-import. Click here, re-import. And we got this, and for some reason it does not work. Is it because the app doesn't have permission to open the file? So let's do this. Do this. Catch error, print error. On the beta at work. How lucky are you? You don't have permission to view it. That makes sense. That makes total sense. Because this app is sandboxed. Yeah, so both drag and drop and using the open panel, I think implicitly gives you the permission for the file. But if you just say, but if you just do it like that, it won't work. Yeah. Huh. The beauty of sandboxing. Okay. So maybe I can abandon this part. Or maybe let's see, panel dot URL equals. Okay, so you can assign a URL to the panel. I don't know if that does what I think it does, but we can give it a shot, right? So this theory goes, instead of enhancing this action, we can do this. URL even. Okay. I think that'll cause some syntax error because here, I don't need this anymore, which means I need to update this, which is right here. So, oh wait, the name still needs to stay. Right, it's the act of importing that's failing. Okay, so maybe this thing takes URL and then maybe it assigns URL to the panel. Yeah, I used to work at a job where I get to use beta, and the both the product manager and the co-founder is very enthusiastic about using all the fancy things from Apple, which is super nice. But it has the exact same problem you have. It's like you better have someone at Apple to help you with stuff. Okay, so how do I assign the starting URL? Directory URL. Oh, directory URL. Gets and sets directory URL shown. A value shown to user will be used. Will not block resolving the URL. While asynchronous be set if required. Okay. And shows hidden files. Maybe that's the best I can do here. Is this worth it? So my idea is like, okay, import doesn't work, big deal. I'll just open the dialog for you again, right? And then I'll even have the file selected for you. So all you need to do is hit OK. Which means I need to do this here. Do this. Let catch let error as an S error. And then oh yeah, I'll catch the rest as well. I guess that means I need to do the rest of this in here. Okay. Now in here I can say, oh, error dot code is 257, I guess. Or is it error dot user info underlying? How do you do this? NS underlying error. NS underlying error key. Is that really it? Yeah, user info is a very old pattern that I don't know. It's just not worth it. Yeah, but you get like any out, right? So it's completely useless. I guess I'll call a dump here and just see what comes out. Yeah. Reimport. So dump is an optional. Yeah, I don't know what this error is. That's really annoying. Maybe print type of. Is this better? It better not be an NS object. It's an any. Awesome, of course. Oh boy. Okay, let's try a localized description. Law indeed. Well, the problem with the localized description is it's localized. Okay, so there's no way I can handle that correctly if I go by the string. All right, let's just read this and look for inspiration. So there's a domain and there's a code. I know there's a code 257 or something. I don't know if the 257 is the correct one. NS error code codes. Okay. Let's see. Do we have the raw code 257? Maybe I should Google it like this. Oh, that's a domain. Oh, interesting. This is actually very useful. Start accessing security scoped resource. Whoa. So does that actually solves my problem? So before I do anything, start accessing resource. Okay. And I guess we defer if accessing, stop accessing resource. So this, if I imagine how it works correctly, it should like ask for permissions or some shit, right? Or not. Debated. Given an SRL created by resolve bookmark. Oh, bookmark data. Yeah, I forgot about that. Make the resource reference. Oh yeah. Bookmark data. Dang, forgot about that. Bookmark data with options, including values for key relatively. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this whole thing. Gosh darn it. Yeah, security scoped bookmark to support app sandbox, including blah. When you later resolve the bookmark, you can use the resulting security scope URL to obtain and read-write access to the other system pointed by the URL. If you want to create a security scope bookmark that, when resolved, enables you to obtain read-only access to a file bitwise or this parameter value with and oh my god, I forgot about this stuff. If you want to provide Sandbox app with persistent access to file system resources, you must enable security scoped bookmark and the URL access. To add the bookmark, to add the blah 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 or blah 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 entitlement, edit targets entitlement properties file using the extra properties editor, and the entitled key shown in table 4.4. Depending on which type of access you want, use a value of true for each entitlement you want to enable. Right. So that's how you edit the plist to ask for the permission. You can use this method to create a security scoped bookmark to support app sandbox. Before you do so, you must first enable the appropriate entitlement for your app. And in addition, be sure to understand the behavior of the options and relative URL parameters. For an app scope bookmark, no sandbox app other than the one that created bookmark can access the file. Points to it. Specifically, bookmark created with security scope fails to resolve if the caller does not have the same code signing identity. For document scope bookmark, any sandbox has bookmark data. Okay, that makes sense. So, app scope gives the permission to the app. Document scope they associate the permission to the document. Bookmark data with options. Including resource value for keys. Okay, my question is, am I responsible for persisting this so-called bookmark? Bookmark for the URL. Yeah, it returns a bookmark, right? Yeah, NS data. I need tutorial on this. Come on. App sandbox bookmark. Okay, you want a panel, blah 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 blah. I obtain bookmark folder and store it to keyed archive. No, I don't want that. Now I want to leave archive with parent folder. Everything works expected. So we decompress. We relaunch app, decompress file. Why are you gonna compress or decompress a file for this? Why do you use file URL, not new URL here? Look here in the well. Yeah, I've never dealt with this in the past neither. I just have I remember when this stuff came out, I spent some time learning about it. That's why I know of it. I just never thought I would deal with it. So, okay, let's see. This guy calls the bookmark data, blah, 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 with rid of the key, okay. And then he archives all of the URL, okay. Oh, the zip file is just something he's trying to do in his app logic. Okay. What I'm a little confused right now is uh, is how do you associate your bookmark with the URL? Do you okay? When relaunch app, no. So he archives all his URL, and then he. I see. So you have to also call resolve bookmark data. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just, before you access a URL, you check whether you have a bookmark for it, right? And every time you open a URL, you archive a bookmark for it. It's not that bad. Let's just do this stuff. Now I have a piece of NS data, right? I want to throw it somewhere. So it seems like some kind of helper function is needed. Right. You have a data, you have a URL, so you can use the URL as a key and the data as the value. And then you just write it, right? So just make a little object here. Enum bookmarks. I don't know. File bookmark manager. Okay. Static var bookmarks. Okay, let's have a set and get, and it's gonna be from URL to data. Okay. And when we all we do is ns keyed archiver on archiver I haven't used this for ages, dude, like 4 or 5 years. On archive object dictionary object dictionary. Ooh, what is this guy doing? Archived object with file. Oh, as yeah, sure. Archived object with file. Wait, what is he doing? Why am I using this? Can I just use codable? Like user defaults standard dictionary for key, and then we just make up a key here. Long key, no problem. Storage key. Okay. Okay. Auto string. Why not? Is this okay now? All right. And here we can do file bookmark manager bookmarks URL.absolute string equals data. Okay. So this is when we successfully got content from a URL. We create the bookmark data, throw it into user default. Okay. And now when we access the URL, we use the original URL as key. Okay. So we'll get if let URL equals bookmark manager bookmarks URL.absolute string. If we get this this is the data. Well, I can probably guard let this and let the other thing, which is blah 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 blah. You're resolving bookmark data. All right. Right. This is data. Bookmark. And then URL would be URL resolving bookmark data. Does option matter? Okay. Apparently I can do bookmark security scope relative to 2, doesn't matter. Bookmark is still, sure. I assume this thing returns a is a failable initializer. Okay. Okay, so this is appears to be the code I need. Now it probably still doesn't work because I haven't added the capability yet. So let's begin by importing, which will, oh great, now it doesn't even import. Oh, that's because, yeah. Yeah, so when I don't have a URL, I shouldn't just return. I see. Yeah, so the URL is not necessarily bad, the original URL. So maybe I can do like a resolved URL is URL. Okay, and then this will become a conditional thingy, assuming it'll work at all, right? Now, if this is resolved, then resolved URL will be the bookmark URL, right? And then here, I'm just gonna use resolved URL, right? And resolved URL from now on, right? So this is okay. Okay, so that imported this, which means we should have saved the bookmark now. Yikes. I see. Lamau, okay. Let's bound this. It doesn't matter. It's just a temporary access. List.count. All right, Gilad, have a good night. No? Oh, yeah. Classic stuff. Okay, so now I've created the bookmark, right? Now let's try re-import. Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay, it did work. But now the problem is it creates a new profile. And now if I relaunch the app, do I still get the bookmark back? No, I do not. Apparently. Ah. Yeah, maybe this is all for not a lot of gain. I mean, this part is whatever. Yeah, I think the easiest thing to do is just try to open the panel if this import fails for that particular reason. Okay. Deleting. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna call it today and deal with this another day. It's just a little annoying to deal with it. Although I have a pretty good idea. Let me just do this real quick though. It's gonna be min of index and list profiles count -1. This part is okay, right? So what I want to try is I'm gonna navigate to just a random place and okay, so this will cause the file picker to default to a different place. All right, now let's try to import and see if it puts us to the right place. I think it does, so that's good. Okay, actually, maybe it's not that bad. Let me see. So it kind of works now. Directory URL is not nil. And let's open panel. Title, prompt, message, title. Select file. Where is this title? I don't see a title. What about prompt? Aha, this is the prompt. And the import function is just broken. I have a feeling it had something to do with those clamps that I added. All right. Okay. Anyways, I can see this working, but I may just not do this at all. I really need to go off stream. So thank you very much for watching.